This is Ruashen, our roommate's 1-year-old orange cat girl. She quite enjoyed her life being the only furry child of this house, until Dodo came. This became her new reality. Let's see together how these two get used to each other. When we first brought Dodo home, he was a 3-month baby ragdoll with such an innocent look. He gently used his little pink paws to explore everything. He was so gentle and good-tempered. We segregated him in the bathroom for a whole week and made him used to staying a laundry basket before he could officially meet Ruashen in person. We let them hear each other's voices while keeping them separated by the door. Whenever Dodo hears Ruashen through the door, he rushes to get as close to his sister as possible. Once Dodo was comfortable with the laundry basket, we arranged his first face-to-face meeting with Ruashen, making sure they couldn't physically touch each other. Dodo appeared quite nervous, while Ruashen quickly retreated to her safe zone for comfort. She became much more clingy than her usual independent self. Yeez, it's their second meetup. Our little princess, Ruashen, didn't bother to hide her frustration, expressing her anger openly. Meanwhile, Dodo, the intruder, wore his usual innocent face and continued pouring his boundless energy into trying to win over his sister. But it seemed that things didn't go in the direction as Dodo expected. Most of the time, Ruashen refused to let Dodo get too close to her. To help them get used to each other, we tried having them stay in the same room for short periods. We placed Dodo's food in front of Ruashen to show her that she could share with her brother and that his presence wouldn't disrupt her daily life. However, Ruashen was too nervous and kept searching for ways to escape the room. Even when Dodo approached her with the intent to be friendly, she saw it as an attack. After losing patience with his attempts to win Ruashen over, Dodo switched tactics to invasion. He boldly walked into Ruashen's space, took over her scratching post, and scared her away. If Ruashen tried to hide and play with other toys, Dodo would follow her and take over whatever she was playing with, even though he had no real interest in those toys. He even took over Ruashen's toilet, making her so furious that she was ready to beat him. Despite us scolding Dodo for his bullying behavior, he continued to use Ruashen's toilet whenever we weren't watching, showing off that he could do whatever he wanted. Poor Ruashen eventually lost the will to confront him when it kept happening. Dodo often tried to eat Ruashen's food and was caught in the act, though there were times he managed to escape punishment. He would take over Ruashen's safe spot, eat her food, and leave his poor sister lying sadly on the bed. Ruashen began plotting her revenge by closely observing Dodo's daily routine. She cautiously ventured into his room, familiarizing herself with his scent on his furniture and toys. At first, she would still be scared off by just a glance from Dodo. She even watched him use the litter box, despite Dodo's irritation at her close surveillance. But behind it all, a plan was brewing in her mind. Ruashen really liked Dodo's couch, and Dodo usually didn't mind her scratching it. However, his attitude shifted when Ruashen's ambitions extended beyond just the couch. She grew bold enough to sneak a bite of his food while he was eating. Soon, leftovers in his backup bowl weren't enough, she wanted to share his dinner, and her paws were ready for a showdown. After some hesitation, in the end, she decided not to start a fight in Dodo's dining room. In the living room, she decided not to back down from Dodo's challenge and bravely fought back. When Dodo was out of his room, Ruashen seized the opportunity to sneak in and pee in his litter box. Sweet revenge. Ruashen finally stopped feeling anxious when locked in the same space as Dodo. However, in Dodo's room, she still lacked the courage to take treats for herself, worried about his jealousy. In her own room, Dodo would often snatch the treats meant for her. But over time, she became bold enough to chase after the treats right in front of him. Eventually, after a few attempts, Dodo no longer had the energy or courage to compete with her. When Dodo actively tried to start a fight, Ruashen would kick him out of her space, firmly defending her territory. They have finally grown familiar with each other and can coexist peacefully. Dodo is still a playful kitten at heart, while Ruashen has matured into a dignified young lady. She feels the need to maintain her composure and avoid getting involved in Dodo's silly games. Instead, she sits elegantly, watching her brother as he immerses himself in his childish antics. She just hoped the silly boy wouldn't disturb her while she enjoyed her moments of grace. Even in their peaceful coexistence, there was still occasional friction. Dodo often disrupted Ruashen's quiet moments, seeking her attention in the most annoying ways. He would sometimes suddenly jump on her, just to be playful and mischievous. Ruashen wasn't particularly fond of the dried minnows and only ate half of her treat. She licked it thoroughly and discarded the remaining portion. In contrast, Dodo quickly devoured his own treat and patiently waited beside Ruashen. As soon as she left, he eagerly gobbled up the leftover, even though it was covered in her saliva. Dodo would often hide from Ruashen under the tablecloth of the dining table, though he nearly toppled off the chair in the process. Oh, that little rascal. That wraps up the journey of Ruashen and Dodo over the past 40 days. We hope you enjoyed their story as much as we have. If you liked the video, please remember to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.